can they make a difference this time versus forward?
Yeah, I mean, it's a bit rough, obviously coming off of a team of players who have recently been benched off of really high caliber teams. You're coming up now against a team of kind of legendary players in the CS scene that have been around for a very long time, and it could be somewhat nerve-wracking as immediately it's just an absolute firing range here for forward, and well, that's going to be them taking their very first round, and Zilo with a 4K, very nice.
Decent start to this, and do you want to explain to chat as to what the point is of this this game? Because I think they need a quick explanation.
Yeah, I can do that. So obviously 6 teams go to the RMR. Those 6 teams have been determined. These 2 teams, the whole point of this match is should one of the RMR teams need to drop out for whatever reason, the team that wins here will be their replacement.
There you go. Quick and easy, and the first kill is going to be going out on the side of a forward. Problem's about to walk into a hole of himself there. He's not careful. Watch for him. His teammates are going to be there to help save the day. Elo coming in from the sidelines, going to be able to take it down on Marston. This should be a fairly simple round here for them. They face a little bit of damage on Problem, but 45 points of damage is, you know, nothing to really worry about.
Really solid round here once again, to be expected, obviously. Illuminar Gaming, I mean, if they'd somehow come out on top of this round, I'm pretty damn impressed. So we look to the future, we look to the next round, cash in the bag, somewhat. Hopefully we'll be able to put up somewhat more of a fight. What's Morel's doing? I'm wondering, he's exit frags? Okay, there we go, nice.
I mean, it worked. I'll give him credit for that front. You know, try and get some exit frags whilst in the spawn. He's going to get surrounded and obliterated by Problem. But he does get himself a kill.
Well, yes. As mentioned, pretty much as expected going into that round. A little bit of cash here, unfortunately. Even into this round, Illuminar still going to be in a bit of a struggle to make something happen. Forward, of course, this is essentially their bonus. Dosia, the doolies, sure. Unfortunately, he did get taken down in the previous round, so he's not going to have that bonus. He'll be looking towards the next round. But knowing that Illuminar aren't going to have terribly much to work with here, I don't think they're too concerned.
Just had a grenade then. Same with the rest of his teammates. Oh, hello, Morales is going to be able to pick up a kill and also a gun for his trouble. Now they can carry on pushing on over. Reeks has gone of his own as well, and they're going to be able to do a lot of damage here. 2 players left. And it's going to be rifles here to try and combat this, but Problem and Co. should be able to make quick work of this. Miscommunication there. 2 smokes used in the exact same spot. They're going to be able to recover a single grenade on the side of Dozier, who actually only has Julie, so he didn't pick up the Mac 10. Which, if that loses them this round, I'm going to laugh my ass off, right? I will laugh.
I mean,
never mind. It's not a problem.
These things do happen. I think that if this was in a round where Illuminar actually had some sort of utility, and I don't just mean like actual utility, but weaponry as well, things might have gone slightly differently. But no, unfortunately for Illuminar, they couldn't bring it back around despite a teeny tiny little misplay there. They are, of course, going to be able to buy in now. So hopefully they can start to turn things back around in their favor. And it's a good buy as well. Like, a fair amount of utility to try and gain control of this mid area.
Going to be right next to a player. Doesn't even realize it until the last moment. Does turn around. Is able to take the kill, which is a decent position. And now they're going to get flashed to absolute hell. But it doesn't matter. X is going to be able to get 1. But TR is going to be able to get 2. For the price of 1, losing a teammate, but, you know, get 3 kills. Fairly good as a team. Oh, and, well, he did not realize there was a player right there behind him.
Much needed round, and again, you know, we kind of expected that that would be the round where they actually do manage to make something happen. Forward crumble a little bit there under the pressure. We do have to remind ourselves, of course, that this is ancient. So we do expect it to lean itself a little bit into CT favor. So, yeah, we'll see if Illuminar can maintain that streak. Of course, forward, as I mentioned before, you know, this is also a team of kind of former pros, retired players that are giving it one last crack at it to see if they can make something happen for themselves.
Kill's going to be a bruised one, but it's going to get traded out in a split second. As Tio is going to be able to make use of that M4A1 as they push on in. Smoke does go down. Wow, okay, Mars going to be able to make a full faithful shot there through the smoke and also through blindness as well. So that's going to be looking rather good for them. So this is going to be the first map of 3. First one's Ancient, second one's Dust 2, third is Mirage. This is forward's map pick as well, so you'd expect them to be doing fairly well on it. Second map pick is Dust 2, which is Illuminar's, and Decider is obviously Mirage. Potentially in favor of Illuminar, but we'll have to wait and see.
Dust 2 and Mirage. Kind of over those two maps for tonight, I'll be perfectly honest, but hey-ho. I guess we'll be hopping back into that one, as it looks like Illuminar should confirm themselves the second round here.
They should be able to do exactly that. I mean, this one player was alive last as well in the previous round. It was backstabs. This time is not going to have as much of an issue. 30 seconds left on the clock. I don't think you even really bother going for this. You've got an AWP. You want to try and save it.
100%. What is it with this particular area?
Yeah, I mean, 2 times.
Oh, he's pushing.
13 seconds, that's a... okay, yeah, I'm glad he stopped. Cause
yeah, I was a little concerned.
To try and win a potential duel, if not, like, multiple fights, and get the plant on site, it's just not something you do. Flash does go down. Picks up the AK, you know, fair trade on it as well, to be fair.
It's again, more or less to be expected. This is going to be an interesting one because obviously Illuminar have just come off of a very, very grueling 3-map series. Whereas Forward had a slightly easier run in their previous matchup. Took that one. It was also a 2-1. Oh, sorry, lost that one. Of course, this is the loser match. Also a 2-1, but not quite as lengthy and complicated as Illuminar's previous match, so might be feeling that slightly bit fresher. Have forced Forward back down onto an eco here, apart from the hero AWP, as it were.
Oh, Exodus is looking to try and get this pick up. May just be able to do it. We'll have to wait and see. There we go. Again, the same position, same player, if I'm right in saying. Forward need to start looking around them rather than just forward and holding W, but they are a little bit slow onto this one. It's going to be this AWP. Should catch this play off guard. He can't see him, though. That is unfortunate because the rest of his teammates only have Glocks. So it's going to be difficult to try and do anything with them.
Hey, something is going to be better than nothing. Let's see if anything can happen here. Again, with this being a slight eco. I say a slight. It's a full eco. They are going to struggle a little bit. They don't have much utility. They're going to push straight through that choke point. Do get 1 kill. So they're going to, make that a second as Mo's going to have a pretty good shot for himself. A little good showing here, but he's the last player left alive. Going to try and keep it as expensive as possible for Illuminar. And at this early junction, it is definitely possible to try and chip away into those cash reserves. Alright, looks like he's going to try and save the AWP again, which, looking at their economy, probably the smart move to make. It is a little bit sad that we're going to see the save for the second round in a row. Forward are really struggling to find an entry point here. Of course, bearing in mind with this being that eco round, they didn't really have a lot of utility to work with. They didn't really have anything to help them get in onto the site. The little bit that they did have, less than... perfectly effective. Sorry guys, Tom has just stepped out for a moment, so I will be I'll be doing the solo cast, so channeling my inner pansy. For those of you that watch Valorant, you may know that she is famous for her need to cover when Hypoc has technical issues. So for now, heading straight back in forward, looking to try a different approach here. They've had quite a strong presence towards B quite regularly, so Instead, we're going to see them kind of move over towards the A site here, possibly going for a fake. I mean, they have done a lot of conditioning onto Illuminar. Illuminar heavily holding onto that B site here. Of course, they don't know for 100% sure that A is free and clear. Welcome back, Tom.
Thank you very much. Exciting quick break there for a split second to deal with something, but now we're back into action. 3-3 here, Sam. What's the most exciting thing that I missed there?
They went A after conditioning B, but they took a really long time. So Illuminar were like, hang on a second. And now Illuminar have fanned out onto more areas of the map. And forward have stagnated. Bit rough. Bit rough.
Oh. Well, let's see if Dozio is going to be able to do anything here. Fantastic player at heart. There's going to be T.O. Or Toad. Maybe they can see if we can take these shots, but they're going to be pushing towards mid, and Mask are going to be able to take down one, but oh, Elo gets a double kill. Access and Reed's going to be absolutely torn apart now. They know that Master is here, and they're going to flash him, push on out, and he still gets the kill. Balls of still, this man. WWS is going to be run out. Or Mao, rather. Try to peek out, see if he's going to be able to do anything. But I mean, 19 seconds at this point. If you can stay alive, that's a blessing.
This will theoretically be the third round in a row that Mo will be trying to save the AWP. If he does go for the save. Oh, he's going to go for the plant. That's something new and exciting that we haven't seen. A plant, but it looks like he will lose the AWP on his third attempt to maintain it. But hey, at least they get a little bit of extra cash.
I'm unsure what is more favorable in that situation, keeping that AWP or getting through, because he's been ineffective with it. To be brutally honest with it, he's not really done too much with it. So being able to spread out the wealth and try to go in for a bit more of a reset. I am surprised they're going in for the buy into this one. They have enough money to make it work. But it does mean that Problem is going to go in with a Tech 9, which is fine. And Dosio with the Galil, they do need to get rounds on the board. But at what cost?
To remember this being a little bit of an issue when they played against Saw as well, just kind of constantly forcing in and never really giving themselves the opportunity to build up any sort of long-term economy. So it is a little bit of a pattern, but nice to see them taking some serious mid control here, pushing straight through, and this could spell disaster for Illuminar.
Could well do. I have to wait and see. Illuminar are going to be able to come back with a kill of their own, but now it's still... They have died, but it's not going to be enough. Excess, though, comes back through. It's of a backstab, as if you were. James does go down. Bomb is planted. And they're still going to go for this. And they're going to catch him off guard. Problem. He has his back turned. He drops to the floor. And now there's going to be one person left alive. It's going to be Dosia to try and pull this through. The defuse could come out. He's going to be holding it. Spray comes out. Kill comes in. And now they know exactly where this player is. But he... Interesting tactic here. Spray does come through and gets the... okay, you know what? I don't know what the hell is going on there. What was the strategy when you know the player... where he is, and you still just you spray into the actual site, and then you try to defuse it?
YOLO. That's what I got for you, Tom. YOLO. It didn't work out, unfortunately. I suppose you have to make a decision there. Do you chase the player, or do you attempt the defuse and kind of hope that maybe the player misses the spray? It would be very difficult at that close range, but I suppose either way, you probably figured it was going to be a lost cause.
Well, yeah. Excess has been brutal so far in this game. He's really coming through and being able to deliver. I mean, can't really ask for too much more. Himself and T.O. been doing absolutely fantastic. It's going to be a double kill. The turnaround to try and spray, but Excess has that before Dosha could get away. And now we have to see a bit of a pistol buy here coming out from forward. They can't go in for a full buy. They can't really go for force. They have to be a bit careful.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, right? Forcing into that previous round so heavily means that their economy is a little bit busted here, a little bit wonky. I thought maybe one or two upgrade. There we go. There are the upgraded pistols. The Deagle's coming out here to pack a little bit more of a punch, but buying down to approximately 1,200. so that they have something into the next round. But this should comfortably be another round in the hands of Illuminar.
Definitely. I mean, six rounds on the board is going to be really useful for them. Especially if they can keep as much of their utility and money into this round as possible. Because if you have a look at the cash in their bank right now, it is rather lackluster. So if they lose any players on this round, obviously I'd be kind of disappointed, especially versus these pistols. But Exodus is on low HP, managed to get 1 kill, and now backing up on over towards mid to get supported by his teammate Tio, who's going to take over that position. Was dropped to smoke to use as well. Reet's going to be peeking out on this one, and they're going to be able to get a bunch of kills, cleaning up, nice and easy, not a single death.
Pretty straightforward round there. And unfortunately, Forward struggling a little bit there, a little less straightforward than what they might have wanted. But they're back into it with a proper buy. Of course, that previous round definitely was not predicted to go their way. We've seen some really crazy anti-ecos throughout the course of the day, but unfortunately that just wasn't going to be one of them. Have another opportunity here to try to turn things back around again, heading over to A, and Illuminar have been leaving that relatively uncontested for a long time.
And you know what? It's worked for them so far. They have been spotted. Mars, I don't know what he was aiming at, but it certainly wasn't at the enemy. He does fall. Trade does come through. Axis. Definitely, like I've said before, doing absolutely fantastic. Reetz has a question mark on his as his profile picture. Definitely my expression to some of their rounds they lost over on the previous series versus benched heroes. Oh, smoke does go out and gives away the position.
Okay.
Absolutely fantastic. Socio does go down, but they're going to be able to clean out the A site, and this could be the situation that they want to find themselves in. But the bomb does get dropped from Mal, allowing them to try and go in for the plant. It's going to be hard. The position is caught off by Reetz. He delivers a little bit of damage, but not the kill. Which is going to be rather painful. Pushing on in. There's Blair close to him. 39 HP, but it's going to be in from Donut here. Morale's going to be able to pick up 2. He's swinging on in. Eli's got JLo. It's going to be the last one left alive, and his head's going to get found. And just quick snap. Gets the finish.
A little disappointed with Forward. Okay, obviously they don't have all of the information that we have. I do want to preface that. Like, guys, I'm not expecting them to be telepathic or, you know, have foresight or whatever. But the A site has been left open very consistently, and here's my problem. They're not really using much of that utility to garner that information. They wait too long, and Illuminar are used to them pushing out on B site. So if they're not pushing out relatively early on in the round, Illuminar have figured out, well, then it's probably an A push. They can't take that long to make a decision.
Oh, man. X's has just been doing this exact same move over and over again, peeking up, getting a kill in this position, and then just being able to back off. At least we're going to be seeing some form of execution over towards the B site. We see JM and his teammates push on in, trying to get these kills, but he's going to fall a little bit too short, so Reetz and Morris are going to be able to get a kill each for themselves, and flushed and finished out by Reetz.
The attempt at a full B execute did not go to plan, as has been the, the trend. They also did have a very broken buy there, so we, again, were not expecting too much to come out of that one. This is going to be a round where I'm really expecting something from Forward. You know, Illuminar have already confirmed themselves the lead at the half, and Forward have managed to pick up a few rounds for themselves, but they've really struggled to get much more than that. I like this aggressive push over towards B, but it's a fake because the bomb's going towards A. I mean, this is really good.
Doing the quick 1-1-2 500 IQ, go B but really go A. You know, standard stuff, but it's going to be able to count this off. He's giving out the information, and the smoke's not him. He's going to be able to push on through. He catches them off guard. What are they doing? They failed to land the execution of the utility that they really needed. Now Exodus has found his way on in. How have they managed to find themselves in this situation? Don't even get the bomb down. They're just getting absolutely slaughtered, picked apart. And now it's a 2-on-3 situation. GM is going to be coming in through connector. Mask is there, gets the information. His teammate Mal does go down. Wow. Okay, that was a surprising. Like, what happened there? Why was there no utility down towards CT?
what really confuses me, right? I mean, the setup was so good. They've conditioned B so consistently round after round that Illuminar completely ignore A. So now this time around, they send one person straight up onto the B site, sell the fake to a certain extent, head over towards A. They've got utility left, but they don't smoke off the angles. They don't even flash the angles. They use absolutely nothing to cover their cross in onto the site, and it just falls apart.
Oh, nice shot going to be coming out from Mars. He got it for the second one. Can he make it a 3K? No, he can't. He's going to get deleted before he could do so. Coming in from the CT side is going to be that Dosia, but unfortunately, although that position was decent, wasn't able to really execute it well enough. A lot of deaths though on the CT side. That's probably one of the best rounds for forward in quite a while.
Try to keep it expensive, I suppose, but when you look at how much cash Illuminar have at the moment, well, Zonics low, anybody? Anybody? See if Illuminar can win out this one, and then maybe, just maybe, the law comes to fruition. I don't believe in such things, but if you're one of those, then you know what? I hope it works out for you, buddy.
Access once again. This is like, honestly, I think that's about the 10th time he's done that.
So cheeky.
It's not even cheeky at this point. It's just
rude.
Yeah, well, he does get killed eventually. That's happened before as well. Problem, and not shoot a player through the smoke, or at least through partial smoke. So, well played.
It was kind of similar on map 1 in the previous series as well, where Illuminar just get pretty cheeky, pretty disrespectful because they have a strong lead, and then in the second half, bench just tell them to sit down, and they kind of have to reevaluate their life choices. So we'll see if that happens again here. You know, forwards still have a chance. They haven't had their CT side yet.
For sure. If they manage to get this 11th round on the board, though, it is going to be surprising if you know, if they don't manage to slam it on home, because it's a big difference. If you only have a couple of rounds to play with, it's going to be super hard for them. And coming up from behind is going to be Morales. Takes down Dosia. Bomb hasn't gone down, and it never will, as they're going to get absolutely slaughtered. And that's going to be the end of the first half. Illuminar Gaming coming through and just stomping forward. This Polish team, they played fantastically during the last series. They tried that, and they started this out very well again.
Yeah, somewhat unexpected, maybe. But I think, you know, I was kind of talking about how, well, maybe Forward have had a chance to chill out a little bit, slightly bigger gap between their two games. Illuminar, on the other hand, maybe it's the complete opposite, right? You've just come off of a hectic series, you're pumped up, you're fired up, you're a little pissed, because, like, the way that they lost that series, I think they'd be a little, you know, upset with themselves for that one. So, you come back harder, better, stronger, faster, but can I get some Zonix laws in the chat? 11-4 here. Maybe, just maybe, this is where Forward turn it around.
There's always a possibility. And there's going to be a straight push up towards mid, but they're all missing their shots left, right, and center. It's going to be a double kill coming in from the T side. There's some trades, but not enough. Never mind. We're going to be seeing J-Lo manage to get a couple of kills. There we go. Ziolo, rather. And, well, they are going to be able to win the first round. I thought that was going to go a different direction. It almost did.
It was a little too close for comfort there. I'm not going to lie. I'll give it to you there. But Forward do manage to turn things back around in their favor. So we're going to see them buy up quite nicely here. Going to be able to get at least some firepower going into this round. As, of course, every single round is going to be that much more important here. Now, we did see Illuminar struggle a little bit. They did lose the pistol at the start of the game, and they let it snowball out of control a little bit. But we have seen them bring it back, so maybe they do that again.
Decent initial damage for the nade on towards Mast. It's going to be the spray with the MP9. Decent usage of it as well. I mean, if it's a scout, you don't really expect them to be able to hit you when they can shoot one bullet to your, like, 10, I guess. Yeah. I don't actually know what the fire rate is, but off the top of my head, but decent position here. Mass is hard. Well, just knowledge is hard. I really do like Ancient. I wasn't keen on it when it was first released, but as they made some changes and as I got more used to it, it's definitely one of my preferred ones. Fantastic. Mask is going to be able to get that initial kill. Entry gets a tag as well. That tag is huge, allowing some extra damage from his teammates to be more effective. Pushing in here though, the MP9 is trying to be a little bit more close and personal in towards mid. Is going to be making quick work of one of the players over towards the side as well. That Fam is going to be able to do a lot of damage. Flash is going to be going out, completely ill-effective. Player has to switch on over, gets the kill through the wall. That's going to be the Fam has picked up. James is going to be just pushing through. GM double kill as well. Last player left alive. Zelo is going to be able to walk away with that kill.
Another round that was possibly closer than one might have expected. Take some guns away, make this bonus a little less comfortable than... oh, wow, they're actually gonna spend a little bit into this. Try to recuperate what they lost out of those 2 deaths. The hero rifle... I don't know if you can still call it a hero rifle, but still. Spending quite a bit into this one, so they're feeling quite confident in their ability to really just take it to Illuminar here, and why wouldn't they? If their predictions are up to scratch, they know that Illuminar have, like, no cash.
Yeah, I mean, it's an interesting round to buy on, because if you do have the MP9s, you're going to be able to earn more money, potentially, and give less weapons away, but it's... Wow, okay, that is just a backwards and forwards every single time, and you know what, Tara now has the FAMAS to make use of. He could get a couple kills with this, and that is kind of scary, but the bomb is in the control of the opposition. So at this point in time, how do you try and play this? I mean, they know where you were. Well, they know where you are when you shoot like that, especially when you're going to get tagged. One of the worst things about the FAMAS is the fact that its bullets don't do a tremendous amount of damage. You have 25 bullets, all things as well. The spray pattern on it is just awful. Problem. Makes quick work of him. It's going to stick with the MP9 instead of the FAMAS. Something I agree with.
Like I'm reiterating a point I literally made in the last round, but a little bit closer than we expected. Kept it relatively expensive there, but the investment definitely worth it in the long run. Yes, they do lose a few of their guns, but they have enough cash to buy in pretty comfortably here. They are just going to have to be aware. Masked now picked up that AWP. And, I mean, he has been an absolute demon on that AWP in the last series alone. I mean, he was just so terrifying. So if they give him the chance to get value, it could be very dangerous.
MP9 in hands, or problem. He's going to be up close and personal with them, and he's going to be able to find one. Looking to find the second one, but instead it's going to get traded off. Don't know if it feels worth it. JM is going to be here as well. GM rather gets double kill, and it's just going to tear them apart. But again, we're into a 2v2. I'm not quite sure how we ended up in this situation, but that's exactly where we are. Never mind. Bomb is down. Very familiar situation to the previous one, but doesn't last as long.
Forward not looking half bad here. Had a very, very rough first half, but as we said, you know, CT-sided map. Forward very likely going to be able to kind of pick it up a little bit onto the second half, and that's exactly what they've been doing. They've looked very, very clean. Illuminar haven't been able to pick up a single round just yet. And their economy has been shaky. Very, very shaky. 2 AKs is all they realistically have to work with here. And next to 0 utility. Very, very little to make something happen.
Dozy's just going to be positioning himself as the key anchor point on A. Whilst the rest of his team is going to have to defend against the barrage of Illuminar Gaming, who are rushing on over towards the B site. Problem. He's got the M41. Takes down one, looking in for the second one, but repositions himself. And the bomb goes down over towards A. You got.
Got him. I feel like we've seen this strat before, I'll be honest. Feels like maybe Forward did this in the previous half. Didn't quite work out as well for them as it has for Illuminar, and yes, it's the safe call.
Yeah, this is an amazing execution. They've got them choked in.
Yeah, and they're gonna hunt them down. Oh, okay. Might not have been worth. Might not have been worth.
Well, not
Might
worth.
not have been worth.
Not worth. Look at the money.
Oh, dearie me. Yeah, no, that was a little bit of an ego hunt there, and probably should have just stayed where we're safe. You can even see there, is that, yeah, Masked also kind of pushing out a little bit, and then just decides, you know what, I'm just gonna stop. Don't want to give over another weapon unnecessarily, because, yeah...
It wasn't terrible. It's not as bad as I thought it could be, but it's still questionable, because we have a look at them now. They've had to spend so much into this, an extra probably about 5 grand in total, maybe a bit less into this because of dying. So, you know, it's definitely a little bit painful for them. They're going to have less to stand on, but that's not an issue if they survive this. If they win this, they'll be perfectly fine. But Dozier's going to be making quick work of 2 of them. Looking in for the that second one. Can't quite make it work until Mars helps him, I guess. Which is an interesting combination of teamwork there. Burns his own teammate alive. X is the last one left alive. And, well, you know what? Going a little bit YOLO in the previous round, and also this round, has not worked out for this team at all.
Teamwork makes the dream certainly do something. Well, rough times for Illuminar here, as they attempted once again that push over towards the A site. A seems to be their kind of, when they say pick your poison, that seems to be their poison. And even when they, like, I say usually, there was that one time they fake over towards B, and it was a really good execute. We saw that, like, 2 rounds back, and then this time around they go for just kind of like a more direct push in towards A, and it just somewhat crumbles, not really expecting that off angle. A little bit of a strange interaction there, but it does, you know, come out favorably for forward. Now Illuminar very much on the brink of economic downfall. Have to make this round work for them. Yeah,
and I mean, if they had just not wasted some of their players in the previous round, like 2 rounds ago in round 5, they would be in a lot better position. Some wall bangs are going to be coming out from Problem. It's definitely going to be frustrating if you're Reets and you have not even seen a player, but you're down to 52 HP from nades and wall bangs. Pushing towards mid, this is an ideal situation for them. If they can manage to take over this position, it'll give them a lot of ground to work with. They have left the bomb behind, yes, so keep that in mind.
That's questionable.
Zelo is going to be able to find a kill. Not the best position in here from Illuminar, and I'm sure they're going to be feeling the pinch right now. They're realizing, okay, we've just lost an AK and a player. One of the key players as well, I'd have to say.
I think that there's a really good position here from Exus, though, to try to kind of pinch it in, but they do have to be aware of the player in Donut there, Yellow. Could cause some counter problems, a counter lurk to potentially come through. But before any of that can happen, they need to get themselves in onto the site. 1 player down, make that a second. B site starting to open up a bit.
Mask.
Oh.
Gets the no-scope. He's just sitting here. He's got a loaded shotgun. Gets a kill. Oh, Exus. That's key. I think they know where this last player is. They're still going to be playing YOLO into him. They get the kill, recover an AWP. Oh, they didn't actually lose it. It was someone else who died. But still, they, you know, I can appreciate why they wanted to make sure they got that kill. There's a little bit of a risk. Probably worth it.
Kind of felt like Morels was a sacrificial lamb, right? To allow Exus to get up into mid pretty much unnoticed. Because once they took out Morels and they see nothing else in mid, no one's got their eyes on the top mid there. So he gets up there, no one knows he's there. He's in a perfect prime flanking position. And once he gets that kill up all the way in the CT spawn, I mean, by that point, the B site's basically open, free and clear. It's a perfect execution from Illuminar.
That is painful to watch right there. We do see a kill in towards mid as well as over towards B. They have got control over towards B at the current time, which is an interesting situation to be in here for forward as they're trying to dominate a lot of the map, which they have successfully done. But once again, there's a player pushing up in towards the CT position. And that's going to be a dangerous one to be in. Those are going to be backing up into it. This is not a fantastic buy for them. So picking up this M4 is going to make the difference for them. But now they have the player position there. Exus, once again, is just going to be able to be that sort of linchpin for his teammates as this execution goes over towards B. It's just an exact replica of the previous one, but we'll have to wait and see if they're going to catch this player who's pushing up right up next to them in a couple of seconds. The peak is going to be coming out. Zero is here. Finds the first kill. Bomb is going to get dropped. Some spray damage is coming out. Second kill. Can it make the third kill? It can't quite, but it works out decently well. The lineup could be here. Exus is going to be able to pick up a double kill. Absolutely amazing, but the bomb is dropped. And now, Illuminar have quite the problem at hand.
It's a good read from forward, though.
Yeah.
I mean, Illuminar trying the same thing, getting Exus all the way up into top mid.
Oh! Exus. Absolutely beautiful.
Morel's brought a knife to a gunfight. Yeah, getting caught with your knife out. That's probably one of the worst feelings, I think. But yeah, basically read into that. Illuminar try the exact same strategy that they were doing before. They get Exus up into top mid, looking to potentially take out a flank. Forward, not going to allow that to happen. Boils down to the 1 versus 1, as it was always meant to. But yeah, beautiful play there from Exus. He doesn't do his job up in top mid, but he does the job that his team needs him to do. Gets that last kill, secures them the 14th round on the board, and we're 1 round away from match point. And this should be a bit of a cleanup, so we look to the next round, where Forward will be able to buy in. Is it going to be enough, Tom?
I think so. I'm not quite sure how Exus managed to leave that with 70 HP. There was 2 players there shooting either side of him. There was a bullet-shaped wall on the other side of him, sort of out of the outline of his body. It's peeking towards mid with a deagle. That should have potentially have ended with a death, but it doesn't. Reeds are going to be able to get the plant, and they have put the utility down. Invested in this round. They know it's a pistol round, but they also know that they've lost a couple of, well, a player who has dropped a weapon over towards the opposition side. But this is going to be the 15th round on the board here, the penultimate round. So 15 rounds. Can they get the 16th Sam? Do you think they've got it in them?
Yeah, I'd say so. Forward put up a much better fight here on their CT side, as we more or less expected them to. But I think that this is possibly the end of the map for them. I mean, Illuminar have just looked very, very comfortable. And this was their map pick. So, no, was it Forward's map pick? Let me just double check.
It was Forward.
That's
Illuminar brought in Mirage.
That's very rough. Forward might do a little bit better on Mirage. Bearing in mind, of course, we talk about how those types of maps are a little bit more puggy, and Forward is a, it's a mix, to say it nicely. So maybe they'll get some better results there. But for now, Illuminar just have the run of this map. However, Forward have done a reasonable job here of trying to stem the tide a little bit. So I'll give them the benefit of the doubt. I think they got 1 more round in them at the very least.
All right, well, let's see if they've got it in them. They've got a decent amount of guns. Utilities a little bit lacking. No AWP. No problem either. See, he's going to get taken out. James is still alive and kicking. Managed to get a kill onto Mars. That's the AWP player down and out of the count for the side of Illuminar. And it does open up the possibility. He has been a key player, being able to hold a couple of different positions. And I would say Illuminar just seem a little bit all over the place in this round. They've not quite hit the perfect spot in which they have done in previous rounds that they've won. So I'm interested to see how they're going to cobble this one together. Lash has come out towards that mid position. The kill's going to be coming through, but the trade is going to be a 2-for-1. Exus, just an absolute beast. He has been fragging out of his mind. And I mean, just to be exact, he's got 25 kills, 16 deaths. Coming up from behind in towards mid, towards donut. Exus is going to have to play off his mind against these players. Well, yeah, they are now going back over towards him. There you go. G-aim goes down. But Mao is going to be able to get that kill now. Going to carry on pushing. He has to if he wants to try and get a chance for his teammates to be able to win this one out. But it's going to be very difficult, a challenging process for them. But never say never. It's completely possible for him to be able to do something here. But Tio looking to catch him off guard, but it's going to be Moran.
That's pretty unlucky. I'm not gonna lie. That's Illuminar giving Forest a little bit of a hiding on Forest's own map pick. Rough start to the